Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about HBO Max, Wonder Woman 1984, Tenet, and the Warner Brothers cluster spit.
Cluster spit, okay.
I don't want to say a bad word in the first couple minutes because that's what they look for at YouTube. So cluster spit that is Warner Media right now. And yeah, we got a couple things we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about how Christopher Nolan is very, very unhappy with HBO Max because they are pushing all of their movies, all the Warner Brothers movies are going to HBO Max in 2021. But to shut people up, apparently they'll pay you $10 million to shut your hole because they shut up Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot.
Because they were out there saying they didn't think that they should do this. They should go to theaters first. Yep. Theaters are in trouble. We need to save theaters. And then they suddenly were like, oh, this is going to be great. I can't wait for you to see the movie. Yay.
Yeah, they were all on Team HBO Max. It was like, boy, that was weird. What happened? Because Patty Jenkins I know she was very unhappy about the prospect of Wonder Woman 1984.
She made that very clear.
Oh, yeah. And next thing you know, it's like, we welcome our new robot overlords, and money talks. So they show.
Well, I'm sure it wasn't just money. I mean, I'm sure it wouldn't be surprising if it wasn't like, wow, it'd be a real shame if you don't get to work on any more projects for us in the near future.
There's not going to be a Wonder Woman 1994, is there?
Yeah, it'd be a real shame, wouldn't it? Moving forward, we replace you.
Yeah, so you got to play the game, right? And they also probably realize, like, what are the other options? What options do you have? Theaters are dying. They
can't open anytime soon because now the cases, whether you believe it or not, but according to the numbers, the cases are going up.
California and New York are like, just you write them off.
They have curfews in place. Yeah. I know in PA it's going through the roof. So, what are you going to do?
And then in addition to that, we're going to talk about how Warner Media, since they're so happy about HBO Max, they're so happy about they're going to start up some other streaming services.
Right, because that makes sense.
I don't understand, but before we get into that, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We're over 150,000 subs, and check out Geeky's Toy Drive.
Yeah.
She's actually buying lots of toys for underprivileged kids, including Nerf guns, which Santa doesn't like anymore, I guess.
Well, yeah, but I'm only going to buy the good stuff. So.
Yeah, Geeky's only buying the good stuff, and we have had some help from the Reef.
Yay, go you guys! Yeah, give yourself a round of applause! Yay!
If you would like to help, for the next couple of days, if you go out to her Etsy shop, I'm going to put a link in the comments. You can buy something from her, and all of that money will go to buying toys.
And then I wanted to point out, because Mama Sparkles was very nice and kind, because she's very busy herself, and she gave me a bunch of pouches to put on here. They're different sizes. You can pick what you want, and ones that have multiples. She is very busy, and she did give me some of these. And there's some cool ones in here, too, guys. Like, you won't see, like, Ren and Stimpy or classic Ninja Turtles. There's Black Panther. We got Tron. When do you see Tron? They have Stranger Things, Guardians of the Galaxy. There's all kinds of ones in there, classic Shortcake. So you can, grab something if you want to, and the money is all going to help kids for Christmas. I went out to the Angel Tree today, and I'm just on the one tree, there's still 30-some kids, and I'm trying to do as much as I can, because I can't stand the thought of any child, not getting something for Christmas. And I do know that the place that sponsors it, normally they get lots of money in donations, but because they can't have the bell ringers out this year, they tried, people got quarantined or got sick, so they can't do it. So they said, I know they need a minimum of $24,000 just to operate for next year, and they have 6 right now. And then they don't really have the money to be taking out of that budget, because they do other things like for coats for kids and backpacks for kids and programs for food for elderly and all kinds of stuff. And I don't really want them to have to take out of that money to go buy toys too. So I was trying to do what I could. But if you can't help, that's okay. You don't have to. And also see if there's anything locally you can do in your area.
Yeah.
There's lots. I'm sure that there's issues here. There's probably issues in your area as well. So you can even help locally. Just go out and try to do at least something to help, even if it's just spreading the word. Do something you can, to help somebody this year, because it's been hard for a lot of people.
Yes, year's been bad, and that kind of leads into what we're talking about here, that the year has been bad. It's been very bad for Hollywood, especially because people haven't been going to theaters. And HBO Max, which is what AT&T and Warner Media are banking on, they made the decision the other day to effectively dump all their movies on HBO Max for the next year.
Yeah. Pretty much.
They said it's temporary. I don't think it's going to be temporary.
I don't think it's going to be temporary either. I mean, they're only doing it for like a week or so, and then it goes to theaters. But why do it at all before it goes to theaters?
Nobody's going to go to the theater to watch it if they were watching it on HBO
why not
Max.
just run it at theaters for like 2 or 3 weeks and then put it on HBO Max? I'm not one of those people that, I don't want... Theaters are a lot of people like... I'm not a big theater person anyway. I'm more of a homebody. So for me, it's, I would go to theaters if it meant saving theaters and it wasn't a time where, it was questionable about going out. But, I want to watch these movies, so I have no problem paying for it at home too.
For consumers, I think it's good because a lot of people can't get to the theater.
But not for theaters.
Not for theaters. So, of course, Wonder Woman 84 is sort of the canary in a coal mine. But before they even released it, they didn't even give Wonder Woman the chance to see what it was going to do with this, distribution method. And they're all of a sudden, they're like, everything next year is just coming.
Yeah, they did. They just did that. And then it's going to be interesting to see what Disney does because Disney announced they're doing Soul on Christmas for included with Disney Plus. Then they announced that HBO Max was going to do Wonder Woman included in these other movies are supposed to be included in the HBO Max basic package, correct?
Yeah.
Which I'm waiting for a price increase or something. I'm wondering what Disney's going to do on their investor day because are they going to start going back to the Premium Plus, which they were talking about, or are they going to make it part of the thing and then charge more? I don't know.
They're going to have to charge more at some point. I mean, HBO Max is more expensive than Disney Plus is $15 versus $6, or $7 or whatever it is. And, they're not doing the premium upcharge that they are. Now, they're saying they're happy with the numbers. I read another article. They said they're thrilled with the 12 million subs or whatever that they have to HBO Max. But they were slow out of the gate because they didn't have it ready on Amazon and Roku.
Right.
I still don't think it's on Roku. They just put it on Amazon. Mm-hmm. And people were confused because they already had like 3 other HBO apps. And they're like, which
right.
is which?
It was confusing. Yeah.
So they had this article up yesterday on the Hollywood Reporter that the rug is being pulled out from underneath Godzilla and Will Smith and Wonder Woman. Mm-hmm. And they said to many insiders, Warner Media's blindsiding of talent and their reps with news that would send 17 films directly to HBO Max in 2020 felt like an insult. This is what Christopher Nolan, Tenet director, said. He's been working with Warner Brothers for years. Mm-hmm. He said, some of our industry's biggest filmmakers and most important movie stars went to bed the night before thinking they were working for the greatest movie studio and woke up to find out they were working for the worst streaming service. Ouch.
Sorry. That's funny.
Nolan added, Warner Brothers had an incredible machine for getting a filmmaker's work out everywhere, both in theaters and in the home, and they're dismantling it as we speak. They don't even understand what they're losing. Their decision makes no economic sense, and even the most casual Wall Street investor can see the difference between disruption and dysfunction.
Well, it does make economics. Well, yes and no. I mean, I can see it for like a couple movies like Wonder Woman, but to go all of them doesn't make economic sense because you don't know yet how it's going to work out. You don't know that, that it might come back online with theaters and you already announced it. So yeah, I guess, he's not wrong.
Yeah. And like I said, they're not really, they're doing okay. Personally, I like HBO Max. Mm-hmm. We've actually, I know Squid King, it's become his favorite service because they have a lot of stuff on there. They do the Cartoon Network stuff, all that. But they're not really packing them in. At 12 million subs, it sounds like a lot until you realize Netflix has like 160 million, mm-hmm. and even Disney Plus has like, 60, 70 million now. So they were really slow out of the gate. So for them to just say, hey, everything...
It was weird.
Everything goes to HBO Max was weird because this is like, you're playing Russian roulette at this point.
Yeah, and I don't see... And financially, like, they're not like charging like a premium. Like, I can see it, they charge like what Disney did, where you might pay $20 and then you get to watch it, for that week before they sent it to theaters or whatever. I can understand that. But they aren't even doing that. It's just supposed to be free with the service. So that leads me to believe that either they plan on losing all that money, or they're going to up the cost.
Yeah. And that's what's going to happen. We've talked about this in previous videos. Eventually, all the content that you want to watch, instead of just like having cable or having DirecTV, it's going to be on like umpteen different streaming mm-hmm. services. And each one of these streaming services to cover costs, because they're basically not just replacing television, but now they're replacing movie theaters. So now these services are probably going to cost $30 a month.
Well, how much is it a month for HBO?
$15.
It's $15 a month. Okay.
And Netflix is creeping up to like $15, $17 mm-hmm. a month now too. So just between HBO Max and Netflix, you got $30.
Well, I was just thinking they're releasing all these movies in the next year for that $15 a month. I mean, if you're a consumer, damn. It's a good deal, but how are they
One
making
ticket.
money?
Yeah, one ticket to Wonder Woman or whatever.
Right, how are they making money?
That's what Nolan's
That's
saying.
what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with him.
Yeah, he's like, this is batshit crazy. I mean, this is coming from a guy who's directed some of the biggest box office hits, with the Dark Knight trilogy and Inception, and he's just like,
what?
This doesn't make any financial sense at all. And a lot of it comes back to Jason Kilar, and that's who they have pulling the rug out from underneath.
I saw that. I saw that was him.
Yeah. Jason Kilar, who's a Hulu guy who's all about streaming, and he basically just came in, started firing people left and right, and now he's like, yep, we're done with movie theaters too, pretty much. We're going to say we're not, but we are. We really are.
And then they start announcing they're going to be doing a bunch more streaming services.
Yeah, so this was posted a couple days ago on The Information, which is the same site that leaked the Crunchyroll sale. Mm-hmm. And apparently they're already talking about having multiple new streaming services. So they're trying to get HBO Max off the ground.
It's really not doing that well, all things considered.
It's really not doing that good.
Comparatively speaking.
Yeah, and now they're talking about they want to do another Warner streaming app that's going to have, I guess like TNT and stuff like that, and a separate CNN streaming app. And they're already talking about possibly selling CNN.
Okay, wait. So they're talking about selling CNN. So no one's going to buy CNN. So their new answer is, let's make a streaming thing with CNN.
Yeah, so they're like, one would be a subscription offering based on content from CNN. So we're going to make you pay extra for CNN.
Well, question, CNN and TBS and TNT, are those channels that are on Hulu, the Hulu Live?
Yes.
And we already know they're pulling a bunch of stuff. Discovery is doing their own Discovery Plus on January 4th. And we don't know if they're going to be pulling off of Hulu yet. They might be still under contract for a while. But eventually, I'm assuming they would want to come off of Hulu.
Yeah.
So what about these things? They start them into another streaming service. Are they going to be like another one that gets pulled off of Hulu? At that point, what the flip are you paying for with Hulu Live?
That's what I said. You're going to have like 13 different streaming services costing $15 to $30 a month. So one is going to be a paid version of CNN. Good luck with that, because they're not attracting advertisers anymore.
No.
Because the views are down, because people are tired of it. Another would apparently be a free service carrying programming from TBS and TNT and the Warner Brothers Film Library. So kind of like
private ads.
Yeah,
like
Crackle or Peacock or something. What are they doing? I'm really confused. At first I was kind of on board with, I'm like, okay, they're going to put everything into HBO Max. This makes sense. Right? They're going to trim some divisions down to focus on HBO Max. This makes sense. They're going to sell Crunchyroll because they need to get the debt down. So they're going to sell Crunchyroll because they don't want to be bothered with a separate anime streaming service. Okay, that makes sense. But instead, we're going to go start up 2 more streaming services.
I know. And you even had me with your ad campaign of We Got the Redheads. You had me with that. And the animation and stuff. And then you turned around and did this. I don't understand what you're doing either. What the hell are you doing?
I am completely confused. They're pointing out that Disney's got Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus, but the rumor is that Disney is going to combine all that stuff under just the Disney Plus brand.
Well, at least Hulu and Disney Plus.
Yeah. So I'm like, what are you doing? It's either everything is HBO Max or everything isn't HBO Max, or you're just trying to hedge your bets.
I don't know. It's like Disney with ESPN. We need sports. Let's cover dog shows. It's just like, I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
Why can't you have HBO Max and then just have a paid TV add-on? You can put your channels and your CNN and all that shit on there.
Right.
Why? I don't understand what they're doing. I don't think they know what they're doing. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't think they know what they're doing. I think they're just making it up as they go.
Yeah.
I think everybody in Hollywood is just making it up as they go. And this is just like, oh, God, Peacock, we got to compete with that. And
Peacock has more subscribers than they do.
Yeah, right? Yeah, they do. And that's probably what they're looking at. They're like, oh, Peacock's got more subs. Because, yeah, it's free. I mean, you pay the $5 upcharge or whatever. But, HBO Max came in at a higher price point.
Right.
It did. Then they should have, honestly, if they were serious about competing and padding the numbers, they should have been like, yeah, we're going to do it $5 a month for the first year.
Right, something. But who the hell knows what they're doing? But what they do know what they're doing is they know how to shut up people like Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot.
Yeah, so let's go back to this, because Patty Jenkins she was very vocal about not wanting her movie dumped on HBO Max, and lo and behold, hers was the first movie
to be dumped on.
And Gal Gadot's also on board now. She's like, yeah, this is great. Go HBO Max. Gonna go buy some purple shirts or something and wear them. And we're finding out why. This was not organic. According to the New York Times, They claim that they were each paid $10 million by Warner Brothers to support their film's simultaneous release. So those tweets that were put out there were $10 million tweets.
Dang.
$10 million. The report says that Warner Brothers contacted the talent agencies for both Gadot and Jenkins. They wanted both of them to be on board with their plan to release Wonder Woman 84. Apparently, both agencies reported by asking how their clients would be compensated for the change. The end result of the negotiation was that both Jenkins and Gadot would each be getting paid more than $10 million. The argument the agents made was that they should be paid what the film would have made if it wasn't for the coronavirus pandemic that caused the theaters to be shut down. Well, that's dangerous, because if you have to pay them, how many other celebrities and directors out there are going to want the same deal?
How about all the people that were the people that worked to make the movie come, like they come to the theaters, like the people that, you know, worked in different aspects of the film? Are they getting compensated? You know? And because, I mean, these guys are going to make millions no matter what. What about people who aren't getting paid millions of dollars to do their jobs? And their jobs were on hold. So what about them? Are they getting paid all kinds of money to not talk about it? No.
Yeah. Well, hey, they bring it up too. This is coming from LRM Online. They said if it's true, it can set a dangerous and expensive precedent for Warner Brothers with other films. I can see other stars and directors coming forward and demanding their cut.
Yeah, probably.
If the backlash continues, I wouldn't be surprised if they end up having to scale back their ambitious plans to release all the 2021 films on HBO Max. Does that mean that Jenkins and Gadot would not support this move without a payday? Probably not.
That's the question.
I don't think they would.
And then my next question is, unless it was more threats than just, you know, here's money to go along with it, you know, how does that speak to your principles? Your principles suddenly don't matter anymore if there's $10 million waved in front of your face. I mean, I get it. I mean, if someone was waving $10 million in front of my face, I might be like tempted to do something too. But I'm sure.
No, it's indecent proposal.
No, not like that. But like, I would never do that. But, you know, like, you know, I suddenly might not, you know, think so poorly of Disney Plus if they gave me $10 million, you know.
Well, HBO Max gave us a box of free stuff.
Yeah. You want us to get on board and promote the hell out of you? Then I want $10 million too. There you go, HBO. You can win us over with, you know, okay, we'll even take a tenth of that. $1 million. And there you go. We will no longer speak, we will only say good things about you. But that would be, we would go against our principles. But so I kind of have to wonder, knowing how Jenkins and Gadot are, I kind of wonder if it wasn't just, you know, well, it would be a real shame.
Yeah.
If, you know, you want to, you know, down the road.
Yeah.
You know, we don't use you.
Yeah, I can see him doing that. You'd be like, well, you want a Wonder Woman 3, right?
Mm-hmm. Or you want to work on other projects, right?
Yeah, we know how vindictive these studios are. Look at how Disney treats their people. If you say anything out of turn, you're done.
Disney, we're talking at least $10 million for me to stop talking. It's just, you know.
Yeah, hey, Disney, you can take away some of that bonus to your CFO and kick it over our way.
Yeah. I'd actually use it to buy toys for kids.
Buy Clownfish TV for $10 million. We'll go away. Have a nice day.
No, we won't.
No, we won't. I'd buy a nice house, though.
But we wouldn't go away.
We wouldn't go away. We just broadcast from a bigger studio. Mm-hmm. Anyway, buy gold microphones.
Mm-hmm. No.
Buy gold microphones for $10 million. So yeah, this is going to be really interesting to see what happens. You know, when you've got people like Nolan coming out, Christopher Nolan, and being like, what the actual F? That's not good. That's not a good look. And I really, truly think that at this point, Warner doesn't even know what they're doing.
I agree.
I think they're winging it.
I think they all are winging it. I think Hollywood in general is winging it.
And they're all trying to one up each other, but this is all like a race to the bottom of the barrel. Like, who can spend the most money to lose the most money the fastest?
You know what this reminds me of? Black Friday, because in other years when they had Black Friday, it would be like the big ones like Target and Walmart and stuff. They wouldn't reveal their Black Friday ads until really late, right before Black Friday, because they were so afraid if they did, the other store would copy them and outdo them, and they didn't want to have to lose more money or take more of a cut. And that's what this reminds me of. They're all trying to put something out there, and they're waiting to hold off the other person to see what they do so they can adjust accordingly. And I'm sure we're going to see that on the 10th with Disney, not Walmart. Disney.
Same thing.
Same thing. No, one's way more expensive.
Yeah, right. All right, so we're going to wrap this one up.
Yep.
Okay, so please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.